Imagine this, one of the brightest young stars in college football. Travis Hunter, the player everyone thought was destined for NFL greatness, the one with charisma, talent, and a future dripping with millions, has just set social media on fire. Why? Because the shocking truth is, his fairy tale wedding may have turned into a financial nightmare. Sources whisper that Hunter's brand new wife, once painted as his ride or die, is being called out as nothing more than a glittering GOLDD. Gurr fans are left gasping, claiming Travis just threw away a jaw-dropping $50 million by tying the knot. And the drama? Oh, it's only just beginning. From whispers of secret bank accounts to rumors of prenups mysteriously disappearing. The internet is ablaze with accusations. Was this marriage built on love or on dollar signs? Family members reportedly stormed out of the reception. Friends are split down the middle, and Hunter's team insiders are scrambling to protect his image. And the bride, well, let's just say her past is being dug up in real time, with receipts that could destroy everything. Stay locked in, because what started as a love story could unravel into one of the most scandalous betrayals in sports history. The night of Travis Hunter's wedding was supposed to be the crowning moment of his young career. The night when the golden boy of college football finally showed the world that not only could he conquer the field, but he could also conquer love. The lights were shining, cameras were everywhere. Kay and fans across the country were watching with wide eyes, waiting to celebrate a fairy tale union. But behind those smiles and carefully rehearsed vows, whispers were already floating through the air. Teammates, close friends, even some family members were side-eyeing the bride, wondering if this was really about love, or about the glittering bank account attached to Travis' name. The reception hall was dripping with extravagance, massive chandeliers, tables covered in roses, a cake taller than Travis himself. Yet, beneath the glamour, tension could be felt. One of Travis's closest friends was overheard muttering, "Man, this don't feel right." She got that look like she already cashing checks. Another friend tried to laugh it off, but the unease was contagious. It was as if everyone could sense that something was brewing. Something darker than the pretty surface. Fans watching online noticed it too. Some wrote on social media that the bride seemed cold during the vows, her smile not quite reaching her eyes. One fan tweeted, "Yo, she looked like she reading off a script. This ain't love. This a business deal." And those comments weren't just ignored, they went viral within minutes. Suddenly, a wedding that was meant to symbolize happiness was turning into a trending scandal. The first real spark of drama came when Travis' mother stood to make a toast. Her voice shook slightly as she raised her glass and said, "To my son, who has always been so full of heart, and to his wife, may she truly love him for the man he is, not for what he has." The room went silent. Eyes darted back and forth. The bride's smile froze, and a faint blush crept across her cheeks. She quickly recovered, laughing it off, but everyone in that hall knew what had just been implied. Later that evening, Travis was caught on video pulling his mother aside, whispering harshly, "Why would you say that? This is supposed to be our day." His mother's eyes welled up, and she replied, "Because I see things you don't, Travis. I'm your mother. She's not who she pretends to be." That exchange, though private, didn't stay private for long. A guest recorded it on their phone and leaked it online. By the next morning, millions had seen it, and the narrative was already spinning out of control. The words "gold digger" started trending, and suddenly, fans who once adored the couple were questioning everything. Travis tried to ignore the noise, but behind the scenes, it was eating at him. His teammates began to text him in hushed tones, some congratulating him, others warning him. One message read, "Bro, I'm happy for you, but be careful. There's talk around campus about her past," and oh, that past. That was where the cracks really started to show. Rumors began to surface that before meeting Travis, his wife had been in a long-term relationship with a wealthy businessman almost twice her age. The relationship ended abruptly when the man accused her of draining his accounts, walking away with expensive jewelry and luxury bags. Nothing was ever proven, but the whispers were enough to raise eyebrows. Now with Travis millions in potential NFL contracts and endorsement deals on the line, the pattern seemed hauntingly familiar. The bride, of course, denied everything. When confronted by a cousin of Travis at the wedding after party, she snapped, "I'm not here for his money. I love him. You people need to stop judging me." But her tone was sharp, her eyes flashing with anger, and instead of reassuring anyone, it only deepened the suspicion. Meanwhile, Travis was caught in the middle of a storm. He wanted to believe in love, wanted to believe that the woman he chose was genuine. But the voices around him wouldn't quiet down. Even his coach pulled him aside during practice one day and said, "Son, distractions like this can ruin careers. Don't let off-the-field drama take away your focus." The emotional tug-of-war was clear. Travis loved his wife, but he also loved his family, his career, his reputation. And now all of it was at risk. One of the biggest twists came just weeks later when a fan account posted supposed screenshots of private messages between the bride and an ex-boyfriend. The messages hinted at her doubts about marrying Travis with lines like, "He's so naive. He doesn't even ask about my past, and once the contract money rolls in, I'll be set for life." Though the authenticity of the messages was debated, the damage was done. Travis's mother reportedly confronted him again, this time in tears, begging him to reconsider. "Son, please, open your eyes. She's not with you for the right reasons. Don't let her destroy everything you've worked for." Travis, visibly torn, allegedly responded, "I can't just walk away. I already said my vows. I have to believe she's different." But the pressure only mounted. Fans booed at games when the bride appeared in the stands. Tabloids ran relentless headlines like, "Is Travis Hunter's marriage a ticking time bomb?" and "Gold digger scandal threatens football star's future." The breaking point came during a family dinner. Witnesses claimed Travis' sister bluntly asked the bride, "Would you still be here if Travis had nothing?" The room went silent, and the bride reportedly replied, "Of course I would. Don't be ridiculous." But her tone was defensive, her body language stiff. Travis slammed his hand on the table, shouting, "Enough. She's my wife, and you all need to respect that." Yet, even as he defended her, doubts lingered. After that dinner, Travis was seen alone in his car for hours, staring out the window, his face etched with conflict. The drama was no longer contained within family and friends. It had become a national conversation. Podcasts, sports shows, and gossip channels debated the marriage daily. Some argued that Travis was blinded by love. Others claimed he was being manipulated. One commentator even said, "If he's not careful, this marriage could cost him $50 million in endorsements and contracts." $50 million gone, just like that. And that was the figure that stuck. $50 million. A number that haunted Travis. A number that fans repeated again and again in public. Travis continued to smile, continued to post pictures with his wife, insisting everything was fine. But behind closed doors, cracks widened. Arguments began to erupt late at night. Neighbors reporting raised voices and slamming doors. One neighbor told a reporter it sounded bad, like he was begging her to be honest. And she was just laughing it off. The first part of this saga ended with a shocking revelation. An anonymous source came forward claiming to have seen paperwork that Travis and his wife had quietly filed no prenup. None at all. If true, it meant that if the marriage crumbled, she stood to walk away with half of his fortune. Fans couldn't believe it. The same man known for his precision and strategy on the field had apparently walked blindly into a trap off the field. The revelation that there was no prenup hit like a thunderclap. Fans were stunned, teammates whispered behind closed doors, and the media swarmed like vultures. The idea that Travis Hunter, the young star with the brightest of futures, had not protected himself financially was almost unthinkable. People wondered aloud, how could someone so smart on the field be so blind off it? Social media turned vicious overnight. Hashtags like #ProtectTravis and #GoldRushWife began trending. One tweet that went viral read, "Bro threw away $50 million without blinking. She don't need to dig gold, He just handed her the shovel. Another fan wrote, "Love is one thing, but come on, no prenup. This is career suicide." The noise was deafening, and Travis couldn't escape it. Every time he scrolled through his phone, another accusation, another meme, another reminder of what everyone thought he had lost. But inside their home, the tension was far worse. Arguments were becoming a nightly occurrence. Travis accused his wife of hiding things while she lashed back, accusing him of listening to gossip instead of trusting her. One evening, he reportedly shouted, "Do you even care about me? Or is this just about the money?" To which she coldly replied, "If I only cared about money, I wouldn't have married a college kid who hasn't even signed his NFL deal yet." The words stung, but the tone was icy and the damage was done. Friends who had been close to Travis began to back away. One teammate confided anonymously to a reporter, "It's like he's trapped. He loves her, but everyone else sees what's happening. It's tearing him apart." Another said, "He ain't the same Travis anymore. He's distracted, he's moody. The game used to be everything. Now it's just drama." As weeks passed, the bride's past continued to resurface in ugly ways. More alleged exes came forward, each painting a picture of a woman who was charming, beautiful, but ruthless when it came to money. One ex claimed she had once convinced him to co-sign a car loan, only to disappear and leave him with the debt. Another said she pressured him into buying expensive gifts and then ghosted him. Though none of these stories were proven, the sheer number of them left fans and family suspicious. Travis's mother, still unwilling to give up, reportedly hired a private investigator. When Travis found out, he was furious. "You're trying to destroy my marriage," he shouted at her during a heated phone call. But his mother's voice cracked with desperation as she replied, "No, son, I'm trying to save you. You just can't see it yet." The clash left them estranged for weeks. Their once tight bond shattered by mistrust and anger. The media pounced on every scrap of drama. Gossip shows replayed the leaked video of Travis arguing with his mother, splicing it with dramatic music and captions like "love versus loyalty" and "Travis Hunter caught in the middle." Talk show hosts debated whether his career could survive the scandal. One particularly biting comment came from a retired NFL player who said, "The worst mistake you can make is bringing the wrong person into your life. I've seen it ruin careers. I hope Travis figures that out before it's too late." Then came the moment that poured gasoline on the fire. At a charity event where Travis was supposed to be honored for his contributions, his wife was spotted at the bar laughing and whispering with another man. Cameras caught them standing too close, her hand brushing his arm, his face leaning toward hers. The photos went viral instantly. Is this loyalty? One headline asked, "Travis's wife already stepping out." Screamed another dot when Travis saw the pictures. He reportedly lost it. Sources claim he confronted her the moment they got home, his voice breaking as he shouted, "Do you have any idea what this looks like? People already think you're using me, and now this." She fired back, "So I can't even talk to a friend without you accusing me of cheating." "This is insane, Travis." But the seed of doubt had been planted deeper than ever. Fans reacted in outrage. Some demanded Travis file for divorce immediately, while others begged him to stay strong and focus on football. Podcasts dissected every frame of the photos, speculating on whether it was innocent or something more sinister. Even his teammates began to distance themselves from her, with one reportedly refusing to sit at the same table during a team dinner. The cracks in their marriage became impossible to ignore. Neighbors reported more late-night arguments, with one saying you could hear the pain in his voice. It wasn't just anger, it was heartbreak. Another neighbor claimed to have heard her shouting, "You'll never leave me, you can't afford to." All of this culminated in one of the most explosive moments yet. During a family gathering meant to smooth things over, Travis' sister brought up the charity event photos. "You embarrassed my brother in front of the whole world," she accused. The bride snapped back, "Mind your business. You're just jealous of what we have." Chaos erupted. Voices overlapped, insults were hurled, and at one point, Travis' father reportedly slammed his hand on the table and yelled, "This is tearing our family apart." Travis sat in silence, his face pale, his hands clenched into fists. Finally, he stood and shouted, "Enough. I don't care what any of you think. She's my wife. I chose her. And if you can't accept that, then maybe I don't need any of you." Gasps filled the room, and his mother broke down in tears. The family was shattered, divided by love and loyalty. And fans who heard about the fight were left speechless as the drama spilled into the public eye. Travis's endorsements began to waver. Companies that once lined up to work with him started to hesitate. One sports brand quietly paused their negotiations, citing image concerns. Another deal, reportedly worth millions, completely fell through. Commentators pointed out that the exact nightmare everyone had warned about was becoming reality. The marriage was costing him money, big money. The bride, however, seemed unfazed. On social media, she posted glamorous photos, smiling and showing off expensive outfits. Fans flooded the comments, accusing her of flaunting his money. One person wrote, "This ain't love. She living like a queen while Travis loses everything." She clapped back with a post that read, "Haters gonna hate. We're happy, and that's all that matters." But the backlash was relentless. In private, Travis was crumbling. Sources close to him claimed he barely slept, his performance on the field slipping as his mind stayed consumed with drama. "He's not himself," one coach admitted. "The pressure, the noise, the constant speculation, it's taking a toll." Fans noticed too, with some openly wondering if the marriage would cost him not just money, but his career itself. And then came the twist no one saw coming. Leaked audio surfaced online, allegedly of the bride talking to a friend. In the recording, a voice that sounded eerily like hers said, "Once the NFL contract comes through, I'll finally get what I deserve. All the sacrifices, all the waiting need will be worth it." Fans exploded. Was this proof she was in it for the money all along? Was Travis being played in real time? As the storm raged, Travis was left standing at a crossroads. His marriage, his family, his fans, and even his future earnings, all of it, hung in the balance. Would he continue to defend the woman he loved? Or would he finally open his eyes to what everyone else claimed was obvious? The tension was unbearable, and as whispers grew into shouts, the world braced for what would come next in this scandal that had already spiraled beyond imagination. The leaked audio became the match that lit the bonfire. Within hours, every sports channel, gossip, blog, and podcast was dissecting the words, playing the clip over and over again as if it were the smoking gun in a courtroom drama. Fans flooded comment sections declaring, "This is it. She admitted it," while others questioned whether the recording was doctored. But the damage was undeniable. The story had gone from whispers of suspicion to a full-blown public trial, with the bride cast as the villain and Travis painted as the naive victim. Travis tried to stay silent at first, hoping the storm would blow over, but silence only fueled speculation. Reporters hounded him outside of practice, shouting questions like, "Travis, did your wife really marry you for money? And are you considering divorce?" Cameras captured his tight jaw, his refusal to answer, and the exhaustion etched across his face. The once celebrated star now looked like a man carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. Behind closed doors, the marriage was cracking at the seams. Friends claimed that when Travis confronted his wife about the audio, she exploded. "You really believe I would say something like that?" She screamed. He responded quietly, "I don't know what to believe anymore." The words hung in the air like a knife, slicing through whatever trust was left between them. Instead of laying low, she fought back publicly. She posted a video on social media, sitting in front of a ring light, tears streaming down her face as she declared, "I'm being attacked, lied about, and harassed because people can't stand to see a strong woman married to a successful man. I love Travis, and nothing anyone says will change that." Her supporters rallied behind her, but the majority weren't convinced. Fans flooded the comments with lines like, "This performance deserves an Oscar and fake tears. Real bank account." The divide between Travis and his family deepened. His mother refused to speak to his wife, and his sister went on a podcast. her voice trembling with anger as she said, "He doesn't see it, but she's destroying him. The Travis I know would never let himself be used like this." The interview went viral, sparking another round of heated debates online. Was the family protecting him? Or were they jealous and meddling? The public couldn't get enough of the drama, and the story refused to die. Things escalated further when financial rumors began to swirl. An anonymous source claimed the bride had already begun pressuring Travis to make large purchases: a luxury car in her name, a designer-filled wardrobe, even a vacation home. Receipts allegedly surfaced, showing her spending sprees with his credit cards. And though Travis tried to downplay it, the whispers grew louder. "She's bleeding him dry," one fan wrote. "The $50 million loss isn't a prediction anymore, it's happening in real time." Teammates grew more vocal as well. One was overheard saying, "We're losing him. His head ain't in the game. This marriage is killing his focus." Another added, "If he doesn't cut ties soon, he's done. NFL teams don't want drama magnets." Those comments, once private, leaked to the press, further embarrassing Travis and fueling the firestorm. Then came one of the most shocking twists of all. A woman appeared on a gossip talk show claiming to be the bride's former best friend. She alleged that just months before the wedding, the bride had confessed her intentions. According to this so-called friend, the bride said, "I'm locking down Travis before the draft. Once he signs that NFL contract, I'm set for life." The revelation sent shockwaves through the sports world. Was this just another bitter ex-friend looking for clout, or the final nail in the coffin? Travis, caught in the eye of the storm, began to spiral. His performance on the field dipped noticeably. Fumbles, missed catches, sloppy plays, the once untouchable star looked mortal, vulnerable. Commentators blamed the chaos in his personal life, with one analyst bluntly stating, "He's not losing games on the field, he's losing them at home." The bride, however, remained defiant. At a high-profile gala, she strutted in wearing a diamond-studded gown, her hand clamped tightly around Travis's arm. Reporters shouted questions, but she only smiled, posing for cameras as if nothing were wrong. Fans booed her when the photos hit the internet, calling her tone-deaf and out of touch, yet she seemed unfazed, doubling down on her image of luxury and power. But behind the flashbulbs, the cracks widened. Insiders claimed Travis had begun confiding in a small circle of old friends, telling them he felt trapped. One friend revealed, "He doesn't want to admit it, but he knows something's off. He's scared to leave because he thinks it'll make him look weak." Another said, "He told me he feels like his whole life is being controlled now, like he doesn't even recognize himself." The real turning point came during a particularly brutal argument that neighbors once again overheard. Travis allegedly shouted, "I gave you everything, and it's still not enough." To which she snapped back, "You think you're the prize here? Without me, you'd just be another athlete waiting to blow his chance." The words stunned him into silence. But the neighbors swore they heard glass shatter moments later. The fight became yet another viral talking point, with fans dissecting the alleged quotes like detectives solving a case. By now, endorsements weren't just stalling, they were disappearing. One brand officially pulled their contract, releasing a statement about protecting the integrity of our image. Another quietly scrubbed Travis, its name from upcoming campaigns. Sports insiders calculated the losses and claimed he was already down tens of millions in potential deals. The figure $50 million once again became the rallying cry. Plastered across headlines and tweets, Travis Hunter's $50 million mistake. As if that weren't enough. A new betrayal surfaced. Allegedly, the bride had been spotted meeting with a divorce lawyer. Paparazzi caught her entering a sleek office building dressed in all black, her face hidden behind sunglasses. Fans speculated wildly, was she preparing for the end? Was she already plotting her exit strategy? When confronted, she brushed it off, saying, "I was visiting a friend," but few believed her. The pressure on Travis reached unbearable levels. He was torn between protecting his wife and saving his own future. His family begged him to act before it was too late. His teammates urged him to cut ties, and fans shouted from every corner of the internet, demanding answers. The emotional toll was undeniable. At a post-game press conference, reporters noted his trembling hands, the exhaustion in his eyes. One journalist asked bluntly, "Travis, do you regret getting married?" The room went silent, and after a long pause, he whispered, "No comment." And so the story hung on a knife's edge. Would Travis finally break free, or would he sink deeper into a marriage that was devouring him from the inside out? The world held its breath, waiting for the next twist in the saga that had already shattered reputations, divided families, and cost him millions. The storm was far from over, and the next chapter promised to be even darker than the last dot. The silence after that, "no comment," was deafening. Fans replayed the clip endlessly, his shaky voice becoming a symbol of just how far the once unstoppable Travis Hunter had fallen. The internet tore itself apart with theories. Some swore he was finally ready to walk away. Others believed he was too deep, too controlled, too blinded by whatever spell his wife had cast over him. The uncertainty only added fuel to the fire. Days later, another bombshell dropped. A leaked bank statement began circulating online, allegedly showing massive withdrawals from Travis's account. Luxury shopping sprees, five-figure charges at high-end boutiques, and even payments for a mystery property registered in his wife's name. Though neither Travis nor his wife confirmed the leak, the receipts looked damning. One commentator on a sports show shook his head and said, "If this is real, she's already cashing out. This isn't love, it's liquidation." The reaction was explosive. Fans flooded his social media, begging him to open his eyes. "She's bleeding you dry, bro." One wrote. Another commented, "50 million down the drain and counting. You need to wake up before it's all gone." But Travis stayed quiet, silence only deepening the drama. Behind closed doors, things were at a breaking point. Friends claimed that Travis confronted his wife about the bank statements, his voice raw with pain. "Tell me the truth," he pleaded. "Are you using me? Is that all this is?" Instead of reassurance, she allegedly laughed. "If you're too weak to handle a strong woman who knows what she deserves, then that's your problem." The words crushed him, leaving him more conflicted than ever. Family ties, already strained, snapped entirely. His mother stopped attending his games, saying privately that she couldn't bear to watch her son destroy himself in real time. His sister posted cryptic messages online. Sometimes love is the most dangerous trap. Fans dissected every post, convinced that the family was screaming for him to escape. But just when it seemed the narrative was sealed, another shocking twist flipped everything upside down. A whistleblower, someone claiming to be a former employee of the bride, came forward with explosive allegations. According to this insider, the bride had been bragging for months about how she played her cards right, and that once the NFL money landed, she'd never have to work another day in her life. The whistleblower even claimed she had a hidden stash of recordings where she openly mocked Travis, calling him easy to manipulate and desperate to feel loved. The world went into meltdown. If the recordings surfaced, it would be the ultimate betrayal, the undeniable proof fans had been waiting for. Rumors swirled that the tapes were already being shopped to media outlets. Podcasts declared it the scandal of the decade. Travis, cornered and humiliated, was left facing a decision that could define his entire life. Sources say the fights at home turned nuclear. One night, neighbors reported hearing him scream, "You've ruined everything," followed by her shouting back, "No, I built everything you have." The argument ended with a door slamming so hard the whole block heard it. Hours later, paparazzi spotted Travis driving aimlessly around the city, his face pale, eyes red, a man drowning under the weight of betrayal. His performance on the field collapsed completely. Once hailed as the future of football, he began making costly mistakes, his stats plummeting. Analysts tore him apart on national TV, some openly blaming his marriage. "You can't perform at the top level when your life is a soap opera," one former player said. "He's not losing to opponents, he's losing to his own household." And then, the ultimate twist. Legal documents leaked, allegedly showing that the bride had begun preparing divorce papers. The timing was brutal, right? As Travis was nearing a potentially record-breaking NFL contract. The documents suggested she planned to file after the contract was signed, ensuring she'd walk away with a massive slice of the fortune. Fans couldn't believe it. She's been playing chess while he's been playing checkers. One post read, 50 million. Try more like 100. The betrayal sent shockwaves through Travis's circle. His teammates, once hesitant to interfere, began pushing him harder. One reportedly told him, "Bro, if you don't end this now, there won't be anything left to save." Even his coach, normally stoic, gave him an ultimatum. Fix your life, or your career is done. But the most heartbreaking moment came during a reunion with his mother. After months of estrangement, Travis showed up at her doorstep, broken and exhausted. She hugged him, whispering, "I warned you, baby. I warned you." And for the first time, he didn't argue. He just wept in her arms, the golden boy brought to his knees. Meanwhile, his wife played her part flawlessly on social media, posting glamorous selfies, cryptic captions about jealous haters, and even sharing a photo of herself lounging in designer clothes with the caption, "Living my best life." The contrast was staggering. A wife basking in luxury while her husband crumbled publicly. The media circus reached fever pitch when a tabloid published an alleged text exchange between the bride and a mysterious contact. The texts read, "Just a few more months, then I'm out. By then, the bag will be secured." Though authenticity couldn't be confirmed, fans believed it instantly. The narrative was too strong, too believable, as public opinion turned fully against her. Travis faced the hardest decision of his life. Stay and risk losing everything, or leave and face the humiliation of admitting the world was right. Friends close to him said he was tortured, torn between his heart and his future. One insider said, "He knows it's over, but he doesn't know if he's strong enough to walk away." The story reached its crescendo when rumors spread that Travis had finally contacted divorce lawyers himself. Though nothing was confirmed, fans erupted in support. Free Travis began trending, with thousands of fans rallying behind him. One supporter wrote, "Better to lose her than lose yourself." Another said, "He might lose money, but he'll win his life back." The once fairy tale wedding had transformed into a nightmare saga of betrayal, greed, and heartbreak. What began as whispers had turned into a global spectacle, with every move analyzed, every word dissected. The golden boy of football now stood at a crossroads, his entire future, personal and professional, hanging in the balance. And as the curtain closed on this chapter, one truth remained clear. The $50 million mistake wasn't just about money. It was about trust, about love twisted into a weapon, about a family divided and a career nearly destroyed. The fans, the media, even his teammates were left asking the same question. Would Travis Hunter finally cut ties with the woman the world called a gold digger? Or would he sink deeper into the storm that threatened to swallow him whole? The answer, for now, remained hidden in Travis's silence. As the world waited for the next twist in a story that had already redefined scandal, and there you have it, what was supposed to be the happiest chapter of Travis Hunter's life has spiraled into one of the most jaw-dropping scandals the sports world has ever seen. From whispered suspicions at the wedding to explosive leaked audios, secret financial moves, and a family torn apart, this story has had more twists than a reality TV finale. Fans are stunned. Teammates are worried. And the big question still lingers. Will Travis finally break free from what many are calling the ultimate gold digger trap? Or will love, or maybe pride, keep him chained to a situation that could cost him everything? $50 million, his reputation, his family's trust, and even his career, it's all on the line. But what do you think? Is Travis blinded by love? Or is he the victim of one of the coldest betrayals in recent memory? Could his wife actually love him despite the mountain of evidence? Or are the rumors and leaks proof that she's been playing him from day one? The truth may take time to come out, but one thing's for sure, this saga is far from over. And the next twist could be even wilder than what we've seen so far. If you've been hooked on this drama, make sure you hit that like button because it helps more people see this story. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next shocking update. And I want to hear from Udrop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Travis can recover from this? Or is this the beginning of the end for the golden boy of football? Your opinion matters, and who knows, maybe the next big twist will prove you right. Stay tuned because this scandal is only heating up.